Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing the lovely 40mm stainless steel Glashutte Original Senator Perpetual calendar. You can see 40 millimeters in diameter, 12.8 millimeters thick, 47.6 millimeters from lug to lug, and then it has spacing between the lugs of 19 millimeters. So the timepiece wears well on a smaller wrist. My wrist is 16 centimeters circumference. It's relatively thin, so it will slide underneath the cuff, as you can see. And it's not terribly broad across the wrist, as there are no protruding end links, so 47.6 lug to lug is the true distance across the wrist here. And as you can see, I've got plenty of clearance. I could endorse this watch for a wrist as small as 14 centimeters, maybe even 13.5 centimeters circumference. It is substantial. The bracelet is massively built, and as you can see, it has a lovely sort of countersink of link into link that makes it appear all of a piece and move just the same. As you can see, removable links here are fixed by screws, but you've got a micro adjustment system. This is built by Bracelet in Ticino in southern Switzerland. The folks who make these bracelets and these clasps well know this adjustable rack system from many different brands. You have incremental adjustment that is allowed by push button, and Bracelet makes that clasp. As you can see, it has a twin trigger release system, so it's very secure when closed. You simply push both triggers to open it, but because the triggers are necessary, it cannot pop open on its own accord the way a friction fit system can. The case band is relatively simple. The lugs are very tightly curved. They have a little bit of a transitional beveling on their edge. Everything's in high polish, and the lugs are broken out from the case band, so it's the anti-Rolex case band look. Now, one of the triggers right here, the lower one, and the upper one, they alternately serve the purposes of adjusting the moon phase and adjusting the flyback system. The watch has an unusual chronograph-like flyback system for hacking or zeroing out the seconds. You push that trigger with a pusher adjuster tool that comes with the watch, and it zeroes the second hand. Once you set the time, you zero the second hand, and that's how it works with this caliber 100. The dial is a lovely multi-finish silver sunburst with a billowing burst, maybe not a sunburst, more of a moon burst, and the origin point is the moon phase. You can see there's a fan-style radial guilloche pattern that emanates from the moon phase. Then there's a billowing pattern that's more characteristically rose lathe, and you can see that rose lathe pattern that normally emanates from the cannon pinion. Here, everything radiates out from the moon phase. There is a silver satin concentric brushed pattern underneath the hour and minute track, and then you can see all of the individual indices are faceted, polished, and rhodium plated to stand out. It is an upscale dial, and it looks fantastic. There is a remarkably intricate aperture style calendar system here. You've got your day, your month, your double-digit date, your moon phase, and then you can see that what appears to be an AM/PM indicator up at 12 o'clock is in fact the leap year indicator, so it'll turn red during the leap year, and that's how you know which of the quarters of the quantième bissextile cycle the watch is currently in. Rolling it all over, you have caliber 100-02, twin mainspring barrels, 55-hour power reserve, automatic winding. It pivots on 59 joules. It adjusted in a chronometer-style 5 positions, and it beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. Of course, it drives a perpetual calendar, which means that the watch only needs to be adjusted once in the year 2100. It can deal with leap years and irregular length months up to that point. And impressively, for a dress watch, the watch is 50 meters water resistant rather than a standard 30 meters, which would be par for the course in dress watches. You can see a black polished swan's neck fine adjustment mechanism and regulator, black polished screw heads, Glashutte stripes across the bridges. The train and barrel bridges are constructed to look like an old school pocket watch 3/4 bridge. You can see on this side there is a lovely hand finished double solarized reduction wheel for the winding system, and then the cap over the rotor at center is black polished. There's a 21 karat mass attached outboard to a skeletonized rotor that better allows you to see the bridges beneath, and there is a machined but handsomely executed bevel. A great watch in every regard and eminently wearable at less than 50 millimeters lug to lug and 40 millimeters in diameter. This is the Glashutte Original Senator Perpetual calendar.